down below. Everything you need to know about your boy Jay, it's in the description down below. You know what I'm saying? But we got one sports analyst versus 25 NBA and NFL fans. The question is, ladies and gentlemen, is Michael Jordan the GOAT? No, it's not a question. It's actually Skip Bayless saying this. Michael Jordan is the GOAT and laughably better than LeBron James. When I feel like it's laughably funny that he thinks that way. You know what I mean? You saying MJ better than LeBron, I have no problem with you saying that, my brother. I have no problem with you saying that at all. But you saying laughably? Like you just saying like it's like so like it's so real? Is there a huge gap between them two? I don't believe it is. And like I said, I feel like LeBron James will two-peat. Matter of fact, I feel like we will three-peat. I feel like this is the Kobe, this is the new Kobe and Shaq. And people probably don't believe right now, but you're going to believe later. This is the new Kobe and Shaq. I feel like Bron and Luka is going to three-peat. I'm calling it right now, three-peat. Luka, Bron, three-peat. Showtime is back, baby.
Good job.
You're the man.
Way to go. Thank you.
I think my biggest gripe with your argument is the word laughably. I think you're.
Hey, I just said that, bro.
I think my biggest gripe with your argument is the word laughably. I think your top 10 NBA players of all time is well documented. You've got people like Larry Bird in there.
I do.
You've got Shaq in there.
I do.
Did you know those two guys, within the last 3 to 5 years, have deferred to LeBron and called LeBron the GOAT?
I'm not sure Larry Bird has, but Shaq on TV will
verbatim.
Yeah, Bird never called. Bro, Bird never called that nigga the GOAT. Stop lying. You know what I'm saying? Even though, like, LeBron, he never called, like, that's what I'm saying. Stop lying, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro said that he was one of the best, but bro, Larry Bird never came out and say he was a GOAT. Shaq ain't never came out and say he was a GOAT. Stop freaking lying. Nigga ain't never said that.
Bird said, LeBron is one of, if not the greatest ever.
Okay.
You have him at, I think, at number 7.
I do. 9, actually.
9.
Just real quick, I got...
This nigga Skip Bayless. You say you got that nigga at 9?
Him at, I think, at number 7.
I do. 9, actually. Just real quick, I got, obviously, Jordan, Magic, Shaq, Kareem, Tim Duncan, Bill Russell, Kobe 7, Bird 8, and LeBron 9.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. What you just say, bro, that's your opinion, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I told y'all, we gotta accept his opinion, you know what I'm saying? But, bro, what the...
Tim Duncan, Bill Russell.
Because everybody he named is GOAT status. Like, Tim Duncan, Kareem, you know what I'm saying? But, bro, yeah, they're not better.
Quick, I got, obviously, Jordan, Magic, Shaq, Kareem, Tim Duncan, Bill Russell, Kobe 7, Bird 8, and LeBron 9.
Yep.
Because I'm taking Kobe and Larry Bird as clutch players over LeBron
They're not
James
better than
every
LeBron,
day and
bro.
every night.
So if you look this up, Shaq also said that LeBron is the greatest ever. So with that being said, if Shaq is
opinions, bro.
if Shaq is deferred to LeBron and said he's the greatest ever, that would at least make him 3. He deferred to that. He gave him 3. So the word laughably is really crazy to me because also you've called LeBron weak. You called him soft,
Mentally weak,
mentally
yep.
weak, mentally soft. It takes a lot of mental fortitude to play in the NBA for 22 years.
I mean, like I said, you don't know nothing about playing in the NBA. That's one thing I gotta say right there, my brother right here. And you gotta like be comfortable with other people's opinion, even though I don't agree with Wrinkle Face. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean I'm going to say that Wrinkle Face is like, oh my God, you know what I mean? Like Wrinkle Face, you're just, you know what I mean? Like your list is so wrong, you know what I mean? Just because I don't agree with it, you know what I mean? So just because Shaq say he the greatest, which I never heard Shaq say, you know what I mean? I feel like this nigga lying. You feel me? Just because Shaq said that, that don't mean that Skip has to feel the way Shaq feels or Larry has to feel the way that, you know what I mean? Skip has to feel the way that Larry feels. It doesn't mean that way, bro, you know?
It takes a lot of mental fortitude to be, you know, called the king at age 13, 14, and live up to all those expectations without a hiccup off the court.
Yeah, I never call him king.
You know, without being in the news for a negative reason. It takes a lot of mental fortitude to do that.
I give you all that. We're just talking about your performance on the court.
Sure. But yeah, he's the greatest. He has the most points ever.
This is what really kills me about what I call you LeBron supporters. You're fanatic about it. You're blind witness because you're blind to what happens. You expunge his record, you scrub his record. You don't want to hear all the negatives, and they just pile up. I call them epic fails.
And you don't want to hear all the negatives when it come to MJ, nigga.
Given a couple so far, and I'm going to give a few more. If we can go back to that fateful Game 6 of the 2013 finals, I don't know if it's before your time, but I'm sure you were watching. Mm-hmm. It's at Miami, and the Spurs have a chance to close it out in 6 games, and they're up 5 points with 18 seconds left. And I was a Spurs fan at this point, and it was unheard of to blow a lead, especially in a game of that magnitude that way. Down the stretch of that game, even in the final minute, with 40 seconds left and 20 seconds left, this is Game 6 closeout potential. LeBron had 2 unforced error turnovers that were horrendous. Even I'm not a LeBron fan, but I sat back and I said, what are you doing, man? He's unraveling. He made 1 3, but then he had to take a 3 to tie the game with 6 seconds left. And he, as I say, LeBricked it.
Which would be a clutch shot.
Okay, it would be, but he LeBricked it. He bounded it.
One thing about the epic failures.
Yeah.
Would you call Jordan getting swept in the first round 3 times an epic failure?
Nope, because they weren't epic, because they weren't magnificent.
Like, I don't get it, bro. I just don't get it with these Jordan fans. It's like, it's not an epic fail, but it's an epic fail if Bron do. Like, I don't understand. I don't get it. Like, the hypocrisy and the one-sided is so freaking crazy to me, bro. Like, I don't get it. So that's not an epic fail, but Bron's is an epic fail. Like, come on, bro. So him being 1-9 before Scottie Pippen came to him, that's not epic fails. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't get it, bro. I don't understand, like, your logic. You criticize Bron when he doesn't win, but when it comes to Jordan, everything gets overlooked. I don't get it, bro.
Times an epic failure.
Like, I can't believe that.
Because
I just can't believe that.
They weren't magnitude games, because these are in the finals. I'm going to the finals. So
they wasn't magnitude games. They were playoff games. Playoff games are magnitude. Let's not do that. Playoff games are magnitude. That is very important. So for you getting swept, you know what I'm saying? That right there is a magnitude. That right there, yeah, playoffs, that matters for sure. You know what I'm saying? So don't act like playoffs just doesn't matter. You getting swept in the playoffs, that was crazy. You know what I mean? I don't think I ever seen LeBron get swept. I mean, the Smuggets swept him. But other than that, like I ain't really never seen Bron get swept in the playoffs other than that.
Ray Allen,
the only reason he got swept was because of Darvin's scam.
The greatest clutch shot I have ever witnessed, because remember, it's a LeBrick, and it's a long rebound out, and it's Chris Bosh goes out and tracks it down and kicks it in.
To call someone LeBrick while having the most points ever is wild. Now, I know you're a Jordan guy. It pained me to say that Jordan's been swept 3 times in the first round, because I'm a Jordan guy too. But to laughably say that LeBron and Jordan aren't even in the same conversation, that's wild. It's a discredit to basketball.
I know you watched this.
Insane.
How about the Western Conference Finals just 2 years ago against Denver, okay? So the Lakers wind up getting swept.
Darvin scam. Please don't bring that up. Darvin scam. Darvin scam.
But 4 straight times they go to the fourth quarter right there. It's a winnable game for LeBron.
Darvin scam. That's the reason we lost. Darvin scam. You know what I'm saying? I keep trying to tell niggas that, bro, the Smuggets is a close game every time we play the Smuggets. They act like we just be getting our head beat in with the Smuggets. It's a close game every time we play the Smuggets, bro. They just win at the end. Like, it be close. They just win at the end. Like last year, niggas had 2 buzzer beaters. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was Darvin scam, bro. It was him, bro.
And company. First 2 are in Denver, second 2 at home. If you combine his shooting stats for the 4 fourth quarters, he's 7 of 23. That's horrible. That's how you lose games. And he was 1 of 10 from 3 in those 4 combined fourth quarters. And in the closeout game at, as I call it, the crypt here in Los Angeles, in the final seconds of the game, LeBron gets 2 shots to tie the game.
He ain't lying about this. He ain't lying.
And neither of them, he gets up to the rim. And I'm like, what are you doing, man? You're better than that. And yet the blind witnesses say, oh, we didn't see that. We don't want to hear about that. So we fast forward 1 more year, because last year in the playoffs, they get Denver again. But this time it's in the first round. And games 1 and 2 at Denver, LeBron.
But did we or did we not still have Darvin scam? Did we or did we not still have Darvin scam? So what happened this year when we played Denver? What happened this year when we played Denver? What happened 2 times we played? What happened? What happened, bro? Do you not see the difference when we don't have Darvin Scam? Did we or did we not still have Darvin Scam?
Pouts in the fourth quarter because he can be a mentally weak
Salute.
diva, and he won't shoot in the fourth quarter of a winnable game. I'm going, what are you doing, man? Just take over. You can do this.
You're not like that. You're not saying that. You're hoping that he doesn't do it. Stop all that capping, bro. You're not like that for real, bro. You're better than this, bro. Hey, Skip, stop, bro. Shut up, bro.
Game. I'm going, what are you doing, man? Just take over. You can do this.
Yeah, you're not doing that game.
Joker and
bro, shut up, bro.
Because you think he's the GOAT. The GOAT rises above because the game is begging to be won by LeBron James. And he won't shoot until there are 3 minutes left and the game's out of control. Game 2. He's got Jamal on him. He makes a sweet move. It's Jordan-esque on Brian Russell in Game 6 at Utah. And we've got LeBron James. This is Game 2 just last year in the playoffs at Denver. It's going to change the series. He gets a wide open shot from 3. It's like a free throw from 3. And he LeBricks it. And I'm like, what are you doing, man? Because Kobe's going to make that shot.
Oh, Kobe going to make that shot? Kobe airball like three top. Like, let's talk like, it's not really like, yeah, they're going to make that shot. Like, no. You know what I mean? Because Kobe airball like 3 shots, you know what I mean, back to back. So let's go and talk about that for sure.
That shot. I think Shaq could have made that shot. It was so easy. Seriously. But
So what do you have to say about Shaq deferring to LeBron? He said it.
PR.
He said it.
It's
Why would he
PR.
say that though? Why does a killer say that?
Man, it's an opinion, bro. It's an opinion at the end of the day. I ain't gonna lie, you sucked. And don't you ever come back on this stage again because you didn't give no good debate at all. You know, you sucked.
Ooh, I got it.
You've been chomping to get up here.
Yeah, I've been ready for this. All right, but first I gotta say this. It could be SGA, it could be SDA. You can call it CIA. Lakers in 5. Okay. Just gotta get out the way. All right.
Okay. Lakers in 5 to do what?
To win the finals, win everything.
To win this year's finals?
Your friend, Shannon Sharp. Yeah. But anyways, let's get back to the prompt. Okay. I like facts. Facts, numbers.
So do I.
That's something you can't lie about. Facts. Okay. I like to say that LeBron is the greatest player of all time because of several reasons. He's the only player to be in the 30-point club, 10K club, 10K club for assists and rebounds. He's the only player to be positioned in as a point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, and center at the same time. Okay, you have the debate that Michael Jordan or LeBron James is the GOAT in longevity. He's the GOAT just entirely because of what he's able to accomplish. What he's doing at age 40, he's breaking people's ankles. He's dunking on people at age 40.
I agree with you. I've never seen anything like this guy at 40.
And he's averaging as much points as he did in 2013 as an MVP. He averaged 27, 7 and 7. He's averaging 25, 8 and 8 as a 40-year-old.
He's actually shooting the ball better than he has in 22 years, both from the free throw line and the three-point line combined. His shooting stats are the best ever. They don't rank highly this year in the NBA, but again, he's all the way up to 77% from the free throw line.
But why do you act like Jordan was just this amazing shooter? Bro cannot shoot threes. You know what I mean? Most of Jordan's shots was mid-range, bro. So why you act like Jordan was just this spectacular three-point shooter, which he was not? You know what I'm saying? It's laughable, you know what I mean, that you think that way. You know what I mean? Like, that's really laughable. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, niggas act like Jordan was an amazing three-point shooter. Bro cannot shoot a 3 worth of freaking, bro, I was finna cuss, boy. Oh, my God. God, forgive me for I have sinned.
And 38% from the three-point line.
I know you was looking like, oh, shoot, Jay, finna cuss. He was finna say the S word. Oh, my God.
This is year 22, and it took you this long.
Oh, my God. He's finna say the S word.
Free throw shooter and average. Okay.
What he's doing at 22,
facts.
yeah, I'm doing stats and facts. So you can take the last, say 5 40-year-old players that played in the NBA that played at least 40 games. All right, you can take Manu Ginobili, Dirk Nowitzki, Vince Carter, Jason
You got me.
You can take all their retired numbers, put them together, and they won't average what LeBron's averaging right now.
Does that make him the GOAT? Longevity GOAT?
Well, it's part of it. I think it's a part of it. And you went to the fact that Jordan is the most clutch player ever. LeBron is actually more clutch than Jordan was. There's a website called Fadeaway World. You can look it up. The criteria for clutch is anything in the last minute.
That's not what my stats say or scream.
Well, I'm telling you what I found.
Okay.
So I found that they said that clutch means the last minute of a fourth quarter or overtime game with at least 20 field goals attempted. LeBron James is 4th overall, hitting 54 shots. Jordan is 27th, hitting 9 of the shots out of 31.
All right, let me just remind you. When Jordan made clutch shots, they really, really mattered. They endured. They were historic clutch shots because he first introduced himself as a freshman at North Carolina in the 1982, the NCAA championship game. He makes the walk-off shot, a jump shot, and Dean Smith called his number, not James Worthy's number, not Sam Perkins' number. He called Michael Jordan's number as a freshman. He was called Mike Jordan at that point. And then, remember, he introduced himself to the NBA world against Craig Elo in Cleveland, Game 5.
Oh, my God. I knew you was going to bring up that, bro. I knew it, bro. I knew you was going to bring up that freaking Cleveland junk, bro. Like,
out game. This is for all the marbles.
Freaking knew it, bro.
He hits a hanging walk-off shot jumper over Craig Elo, and it became iconic. We all see it. You can just call it up on YouTube right now and look at the highlight and look at his celebration.
Okay, bro, like, bro.
Won the series, okay, his first playoff series. And then, obviously, I was there on press row, courtside, game 6.
That's basically what they saying. Like they basically what they saying. Like all Jordan's shots are clutch and LeBron's shots are not clutch at all. You know what I mean? Like the Toronto shot. I remember he blew a freaking layup. I think it was against the Wizards. Came down, bro. Hit a backboard shot. Hit a crazy backboard shot against the Wizards, bro. Bron has hit multiple clutch shots, bro. But he's talking about it's not important. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like every game is important, in my opinion. A win is a win. But, you know, when it comes to Jordan, they just tried to make everything just so much better. You know what I mean? Like, I thought clutch was just clutch. I didn't think clutch was just, oh, yeah, in certain moments. I thought clutch was just clutch. Regular season, playoffs, finals. I thought clutch was just clutch. That's what I thought. But when it comes to Bron, they try to demean his clutch moments and they try to praise, you know, Jordan's clutch moments. You know, try to make it seem like, oh, yeah, LeBron did have this shot, but it wasn't in the finals. He did have this shot, but it wasn't in the playoffs. You know what I mean?
Little subtle push off Brian Russell against the Jazz, and he hangs and holds the pose just beyond the free throw line and rips it, and it's a walk-off. Stockton got some heave at the buzzer, but it was a walk-off. It won the championship. It won Game 6. It closed them out. All of his shots had magnitude. Jordan, but then I look at LeBron. All of his walk-offs, and I'm giving him that little tip in the other day. Okay,
still a buzzer beater.
So this, let's call it.
It's still a buzzer beater. Am I right or am I wrong? It's still a buzzer beater. That little tip off. You see how you try to do that? That little tip off. It's still clutch. That's still a buzzer beater. Would have lost that game if it wasn't for Bron. That's still a buzzer beater. That's still they try to, you know what I'm saying? Like, demean it. They try to, you know, it's crazy.
Walk-off shots, they didn't matter. They didn't get you anywhere.
Didn't matter.
They're 3 in the playoffs, and they're pretty good. But what do they say about the blind squirrel? He finds an acorn every once in a while. If you're going to play 71,000 minutes, you're going to hit a few walk-offs here and there when you play that much longer than Michael Jordan did. Way to go. Good job. Thank you. Everybody did great. Thank you. My next claim is Patrick Mahomes is dramatically overrated.
Oh my God, he's dramatically overrated. Now you're gonna what? Now we saying this why? Because the Smeagol's. We're not gonna talk about how Pat Mahomes. You look. You know, like what this. You know what this Super Bowl reminded me of? This Super Bowl reminded me of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Super Bowl, where the bro O-line was getting freaking crushed. His freaking wide receivers was getting clamped. It's so much that Pat Mahomes can do when your O-line isn't blocking and your wide receivers isn't getting open. Wide receivers was clamped. O-line wasn't blocking. The Smeagol's D-line was getting back there every freaking time. Bro was running for his life dang there. That's what it reminded me of. It reminded me of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, bro. How Brady dismantled the Chiefs. But they try to make it seem, like it's a one-man sport. Oh, Pat Mahomes this, Pat Mahomes that. Bro. You know what I mean? And then the Smeagol's try to make, bro, you know, the Smeagol's like, oh, Saquon this, Saquon. Saquon didn't do nothing in the Super Bowl. If anything, Saquon was clamped up. How they really won that game because of their defense. Not because of no dang Saquon. Y'all see what I was talking about Saquon. Y'all see what I was talking about? How bro don't show up in big games. I see what I was talking about, right? He ain't do nothing. Clamped up. If your defense didn't show up, bro, in the Super Bowl, you would have lost. Because he wasn't running the ball. You couldn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So like it's just, you know, bro, it's just, bro, Pat Mahomes, that man offensive line was getting destroyed. And me, I feel like Pat Mahomes is still the greatest quarterback to ever live. I don't care. That's just me. I don't care about none of that. You know what I mean? His wide receivers wasn't getting open. His O-line wasn't blocking. It's an excuse. I don't care. It's not a one-man sport. What can a quarterback do if his O-line not blocking and his wide receivers not getting open? You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying. You casuals don't understand football for real. Quarterback is limited, bro. Y'all don't really have the best defense no more. Y'all lost C.J. Gardner. Y'all lost some key pieces to that defense. You know, C.J. Gardner really is the X factor. Lost Darius Slay, so y'all gonna look real different this year for sure. I know that for sure.
Oh, sorry, boys.
It's like y'all in a win now situation, but in the future y'all gonna be so dead last. I ain't gonna lie to you. This is the best y'all gonna get. I ain't gonna lie to you. Y'all definitely finna fall off. I'll give y'all like 2 years. Y'all definitely finna fall off, bro. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't have C.J. Gardner Johnson. Y'all lost Sweat. You know what I'm saying? You lost Darius Slay. Yeah, you lost some pieces. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro.
Represent Nick Wright. Shout out Nick Wright.
How are you, sir?
Skip, how are you, my friend?
I think I know where this is going.
Alrighty, Skip. So in order for someone to be overrated, they cannot be overrated in a vacuum. That doesn't exist. You have to be overrated compared to a standard or compared to a player. Give me 30 seconds and give me how he's overrated with those parameters, because I can't go off just that.
I only need 2 seconds.
Okay.
Tom Brady.
Okay. So the same.
Period.
The same guy.
Over.
So the same
Over.
guy in the 2010 wild card at home in Gillette, the house Brady built, got blown out by Joe Flacco.
Did Tom Brady cheat? Like I'm not like, I don't understand like all this Tom Brady praise. Like people always talking about the refs and Patrick Mahomes, this, that, the third. But did this nigga cheat? He cheated. He went to court for cheating. He went to court for deflating the ball. The nigga literally got suspended. His head coach was filming the opposing team, but y'all still talk about Brady. We have no proof of Pat Mahomes cheating. We have no proof of that. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't get it. I don't understand. When it comes to Mahomes, you talk about refs, this, that, third. But bro, literally the man got caught cheating. You know what I'm saying? Like honestly, you feel me? So I don't understand. I just don't get it. You feel me? You call him the GOAT, but he literally got caught cheating. So I guess the GOAT is a cheater. He's a cheater. You know what I'm saying? But he's the GOAT though.
33 to
that's the thing. It's not an opinion. It's not me thinking that he cheated. It's evidence that he cheated. It's evidence. It's not an opinion. It's not me lying. The nigga went to court for cheating.
14.
But he the GOAT.
He threw, for in Skip's terms, a grand total of 152 yards and 3 interceptions and got punked by Joe Flacco. That guy?
No, the guy who went to 10 Super Bowls and won 7.
And got outplayed by Eli Manning twice.
And Bill Belichick cost him 2 Super
Shout out New York Giants, man. Shout out to my gang.
Bowls and won 7.
And got outplayed by Eli Manning twice.
And Bill Belichick cost him 2 Super Bowls.
He also won him 3.
Okay.
Tom Brady has never won a Super Bowl without a top 10 defense.
Okay.
Ever. Period. End of conversation. Pro Football Reference. Look it up.
Okay. So, but this is about
I don't understand why. Like, I hate when people do that, like making it seem like it's not a team sport. It's like, bro, are you supposed to have a top defense? Like, is everybody supposed to help everybody in football? That's what I say. That's how you can tell, like, niggas that never play football. It's like, is that supposed to be like a scenario? You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, is you supposed to have a good team? Like, why everybody trying to make it seem like it's a me sport? Why everybody trying to make it seem like, oh, nigga, do it by itself? Bro, you need a good team to win, nigga. I want you to tell me one good team that didn't win a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? You could talk about the Giants, but the Giants had an underrated team. We had one of the best defenses in the league at that time. Defense was magnificent. I want you to name me one team that didn't have a good offense or defense. Name one good team. Name one team that made it to the Super Bowl that didn't have one good offense or defense. They had one. So I don't understand what you like. I don't get that. You acting like Tom Brady. You know what I mean? You acting like Pat Mahomes didn't have a good defense, nigga. Like 2 All-Pros, L'Jarius Sneed and Chris Jones. Like, bro had an underrated defense too. Like, even this year, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't understand. I just don't get that, bro. Like, y'all casuals be blowing me out. Like, y'all be blowing me away with that. You know what I mean? It's a team sport, bro. Everybody supposed to help everybody on the floor. Stop making it seem like, you know what I'm saying, you got to do it by yourself, bro. Like, I hate when people be saying that. Never won without a top defense, okay? But don't act like Tom Brady wasn't the reason their defense, like Like, don't act like Tom Brady just wasn't the reason they was winning, though. You know what I'm saying? Everybody played their part. That's what made them a terrific team, nigga. It's a team sport. You know what I mean? It's 11 people on the field, bro.
Okay.
Not one.
End of conversation. Pro Football Reference, look it up.
Okay. So, but this is about Patrick Mahomes, and I think you're ducking and dodging the issue.
What are you talking
because
about?
You got to defend his Super Bowl performances.
If you want me to say, okay,
because
Super
I don't
Bowl
think you
performances,
can.
how can you bomb a wild card game at home in Gillette and then say, oh, you made the most important game of the year and didn't play your best? This is bizarre to me. It will never make sense. No,
You know
real fast. Let me make this real fast. Greatest stadium in the world, 142.2 decibels, baby.
Do you remember the 2018 AFC Championship game
where Patrick never
Arrowhead?
touched the ball, and the Chiefs wanted the rules changed. They didn't do it, but they did it for the Buffalo Bills.
Do you remember what Tom Brady did in your house? Did 3 times in a row. He faced third and 10. 3 3rd and 10s in a row.
You're right.
And he goes Edelman, Gronk, ball game.
The same way Patrick Mahomes in Super Bowl 58, down 3 points in overtime, 2 4th downs, a 2nd and 14, because Marquez Valdez-Scantling forgot which way the end zone was and ran backwards, and he converted and converted, and he hit who in the end zone? McCole Hardman for a touchdown back-to-back. Now, let me ask you this.
That was his one and only great Super Bowl.
It was unbelievable.
Oh, my God. One and only.
Since
One and only.
2001, there has been 125 NFL playoff drives where the score was 7 points or less in the fourth quarter or in overtime. The rate of success of that is 40%.
Okay.
Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr., as you like to put it, went 5 for 11 in that situation, which is 46%. That's pretty dang good. That's not bad. Okay. Patrick Mahomes went 7 for 7. What do you think of that one, Skip? Tell me. Come on, buddy.
Okay.
Shout out Shannon Sharp.
Let's get to the facts here.
Okay.
Let's get to his first Super Bowl.
He give it Skip Bayless. Yeah, Skip ain't ready for this. Ooh, they got a nigga that know football right up, boy.
Against Jimmy Garoppolo, really? Okay. You guys are down 20-10 late third quarter, and he throws a horrendous interception where I'm saying, what are you doing, man? Then early fourth quarter,
You not be doing that, Skip. You like that. Oh, my God. You be pissed me off. What are you doing? Like, you low-key like when they mess up, bro. Stop acting like, what are you doing? Like, it pissed me off when you said, well, LeBron, what are you doing, man? You're better than that. Like, bro, shut up, Skip, bro. You piss me off, bro, when you be saying that, because you don't mean that jump for real. You like when that nigga mess up.
Horrendous interception where I'm saying, what are you doing, man? Then early fourth quarter, you're still down 20-10, and he throws an even worse interception.
He did.
And you're sitting somewhere, I guess, at home, and you're saying, Patrick, what are you doing? We're dead. And all of a sudden, it gets to be third and forever. Do you remember it's 3rd and 15 at the 35? And all of a sudden, Patrick Mahomes drops back, and there's a rusher in his face, and he basically goes like this. Like let me just throw it as far as I can. He throws a punt that Tyreek had to come back and wave for fair catch. That's how bad it was. Okay, and that saved the game, and yet Jimmy Garoppolo in the fourth quarter goes 3 for 11 with an interception for 36 total yards, and he missed Emmanuel Sanders, or we're having a different conversation. That's how you survived the first Super Bowl. The second Super Bowl is against Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr.
He had no offensive line.
Okay,
literally
no offense. I keep hearing that.
5 of us could have been out there.
But it was 31-9. Tom Brady never lost a Super Bowl with a blowout loss.
He didn't have no O-line.
Record for rushing yards behind the line of scrimmage in that game.
Okay, yeah, that's what I keep hearing, but I think he was just bad in that game.
It was not his best game.
No touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
Just like that 2010 wild card game in Gillette.
Against the first Eagles Super Bowl against Jalen. Jalen throws for 304 to Patrick's 182. He only threw for 182 yards. And the Eagles are driving to make it 21-7, and Jalen Hurts, late second quarter, just loses the handle on the football, and I'm like, what are you doing, man? And it bounces one time to Nick Bolton, who scoops it and scores with it, takes it to the house, and it changes the game because it saved you from 21-7 down. And the Patrick, in the fourth quarter, Kadarius Toney returns that punt. Do you remember that 65 yards?
I do.
Okay. I didn't think Patrick played all that well in that game. Jalen outplayed him.
No, he did not. That's absurd.
Well, Jalen didn't outplay him though. I can't lie. You know what I'm saying? You know, they really lost because of that Bradbury and Juju jump. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. They would have won if it weren't for that, but Jalen did outplay him though. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. You feel me? Now I said for me, I got, you got to give Jalen his flowers. You know, at the end of the day, he's a Smeagol. You know what I mean? Smeagol's K. You know what I mean? Forever that. You know what I mean? But Jalen Hurts, in my opinion, is better than Lamar Jackson. He is better than Josh Allen. He is better than Joe Burrow. And that's just what the freak it is. You know what I'm saying? Honestly. Jalen Hurts, bro. That's what I'm saying. Bro. That's what I said with the Smeagol's fans. I'm like, please stop it with all this Saquon Barkley. Like, bro, Saquon Barkley didn't mean nothing to this team. Like, bro didn't do nothing in the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all literally almost won without him. You feel me? So it's like, bro, Saquon, like any running back can go behind that all-pro O-line. You got an all-pro O-line. It's the best O-line I've ever seen in my freaking life. That's why they got to ban that freaking tush push. I am in for that tush push. They better ban it. Next season, they better ban that freaking tush push right now. You know what I'm saying? But no, though, bro. You know, Saquon didn't matter in that game. If you watch the Super Bowl, you know Saquon, bro, did not win that game. So your Smeagol's fans, please do not act like Saquon Barkley. Jalen Hurts was the reason y'all won that game. Jalen Hurts, 2 amazing throws, bro. A.J. Brown, did you just say Dak Prescott? Like I was saying though, Jalen Hurts, that amazing throw to Devontae Smith. Jalen Hurts is the reason the Smeagol's won that game. Jalen Hurts and y'all defense is the reason y'all won that game. And you saying, bro, something that Jalen Hurts did that Joe Burrow couldn't do. Joe Burrow did, but he failed at the Super Bowl, lost to the Rams, Matthew Stafford and that whatnot. He beat Pat Mahomes and whatnot. But one thing that Jalen Hurts have, and not only does Jalen Hurts have a ring, and he is a Smeagol. I'm Smeagol's K, but I told y'all one thing about me, I'm not no hater. I tell the truth, and it's facts. I can't deny truth. One thing about me, I don't try to deny truth. One thing that Jalen Hurts have, he has a ring. I was saying the same thing about Jalen Hurts. He's not better than Joe Burrow. He's not better than Josh Allen. He's not better than this. But not only did he outplay, because I had to look at it, I'm like, okay, Pat Mahomes did get garbage time yards when it came to that when it came to the Super Bowl. Jalen outplayed him this Super Bowl and last Super Bowl as well. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's like, at the end of the day, I feel like as of this year, the NFC East will be the best division when it comes to football, honestly. You know what I mean? But Jalen Hurts is better than Josh Allen. He has a ring. And not only does Jalen Hurts has a ring, Jalen Hurts produced. You know what I'm saying? He produced. He wasn't carried. He actually is the reason why they got the ring. So that's why I have Pat Mahomes, then Jalen Hurts. You can't argue with it, bro. You know what I mean? Jalen Hurts outplayed Pat Mahomes that Super Bowl. You got to give it to him, bro. He better than Josh Allen. I didn't even think Josh Allen deserved MVP this year. Honestly, I thought it was going to give it to the little op boy Saquon Barkley or something else, you know what I'm saying? But honestly, I don't care about that. He's better than Joe Burrow. He's better than Josh Allen. He's better than Lamar Jackson, bro.
To 182 in yards
Patrick
passing.
Mahomes was all-time great in the second. He played a perfect second half.
All right, and then
could not have been better.
I gave you the one at Las Vegas. That was tremendous because every once in a while, Patrick Mahomes can be really good, and he was really good.
You said every once? You said every once in a while? Yeah.
Recently, we had to watch 40-22 Eagles, and Patrick Mahomes had a QBR in that game of 11.
There is no
0 to 100. He had an 11.
There is no roster from the AFC that would have hung with them. Would not have. That is the best single-season roster. Shout out Eagles, best single-season roster I've ever seen. Where were they not great? Jalen Hurts is a top 7 quarterback. Top 7 quarterback.
He's a top 3 quarterback, and that's one thing that I'm saying. Like us Giants, we're definitely like. I don't think people starting to see like, bro. And people keep talking about 3-14, but if you watch the Giants games, you know the quarterback was the issue, bro. Us Giants, bro. It's finna flip the switch. Look at our defense, bro. If we draft word on the street, we're finna draft Abdul Carter. Have Abdul Carter, Brian Burns, Dexter Lawrence. We've been having a great free agency. I think we spent like $212 million in free agency. You know what I'm saying? Like Tyler Nubin, who was one of the best rookie safeties, you know what I'm saying, before he got injured. Javon Holland, Paulo Adedipo, Drew Phillips, who had an amazing season. Bro, our defense, bro, literally is young, bro. Like, we have nobody on our defense other than Bobby Okereke is over. Bobby Okereke is 30 years old. You know what I'm saying? But everybody else is below 25. Dexter Lawrence, 26. What I feel like we should do, trade away Kayvon Thibodeau, draft Abdul Carter, trade up for another first-round pick, and get a wide receiver. I'm telling you, bro. I'm trying to tell everybody, and you're going to see exactly what I'm saying. Daniel Jones is the only reason why we sucked. If you looked at every game last year, I want you to look up the Giants' schedule. Every single game, and this is facts, not opinion. Every game. Everyone said we're not really 3-14. We're not a 3-14 team. That's what I be trying to tell y'all. It's like y'all, we being 3-14. It's like it's gonna make us even better because we really like, bro. We had like a top 10, We finished even this year. This year, you saying Giants trash? Look, he's a casual. We finished this year with a top 10 pass defense with Tommy DeVito, Drew Lock. You know what I'm saying? Daniel Jones. What are you going to do when your quarterback cannot score? Your quarterback can't score. Bro, Daniel Jones had the worst QB rating. He was the worst QB in the NFL. Bro threw 8 TDs and 7 interceptions. And they talking about the Giants trash? Is the Giants trash or is Daniel Jones trash? How we going to win with a quarterback throwing 8 TDs and 7 interceptions? So, Smeagles, you telling me you going to win with Daniel Jones? I think the freak not. I think the freak not you won't. So, y'all going to see now that we got Russell Wilson. And even though Russell Wilson wasn't the best quarterback on the Steelers, he still was far better than Daniel Jones. And he still did 10-7 with the Steelers. Even in that terrible Broncos season, he still was turning up at the end. Now, y'all going to see what I was saying next season. You're going to see what I'm saying. The only position that we needed, bro, was quarterback position. That's the only thing. That's the only thing was missing. Other than that, we're a postseason team, bro.
Who could say he was the worst starter on their team? That team rolled everyone. They lost one game after week 4 to the Commanders in a really funny, what's kind of going on, Jalen gets hurt type situation.
I picked the Eagles to win it all in August.
You also picked the Ravens.
Okay, I did. Okay, but again, the Eagles won it all. Didn't they?
They did.
Yep.
They were the best team last year, but Patrick Mahomes is the best player.
Okay.
And that's a fact.
Okay, but let's look at the last 3 years, can we? Because very quietly, under the radar, with no real criticism at all, Patrick Mahomes' passing yards have dropped for 3 straight years. His touchdown passes have dropped for 3 straight years, and he's still only 29. So it's not like he's at the end of his career. So he led the NFL in QBR in 2022. And
I seen what Joe said. We're not getting a QB, bro. You know what I mean? It's not mandatory, bro. We're not getting a QB. Either getting Travis Hunter, you know what I mean, or Abdul Carter. You know what I mean? We're not taking Shadur Sanders. I feel like Shadur Sanders probably dropped to the. I feel like the Browns take Shadur Sanders, Cam Ward, but we're not getting Shadur Sanders. We're not getting a quarterback first round. Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter, or Will Johnson.
Then in 23, he drops to 8th, and last year he was 8th. So he's become just a pretty good quarterback.
That's really impressive.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it right there. You know what I'm saying? That was part 3. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, part 3. You feel me, for the Skip Bayless and whatnot. You know what I mean? Honestly, you know, we could do this little pop balloon. Spam one of y'all one pop balloon. Spam one of y'all one pop balloon. If y'all want pop balloon, Jay will give you pop balloon. If you do not want